Hi, I'm the Polo Citizen, and this is my first published game, Recycling 2048. The game is now available on Google Play. It's a puzzle game that can be played fully offline without a Wi-Fi connection. The core mechanic might be familiar to you. It's similar to the game 2048, which was popular 10 years ago. By the way, the game was also made by a solo developer. And yes, Recycling 2048 was made by me alone. When designing it, I focus on replayability. So don't worry when you run out of moves. Instead of game over, you will simply receive some coins for your fair work. You can use these coins to buy upgrades that can really help you with recycling. Some of them simply fix your existing tools, like preventing your magnets from breaking or lowering the probability of failing to combine some details. But others really change the rules of the game. Let me show you. We have 3 such upgrades. The first one adds the Tower Crane. This tool can move objects around the field, which is pretty handy when there is an annoying part right in the middle of your good recycling stack. The second upgrade adds the Workshop. Instead of words, just see what it does. Yeah, this is absolutely my favorite tool. And last, but not least, the Hydraulic Fence. You see, I haven't told you about a problem. Some of our supply facilities don't really sort the garbage. So, from time to time, we receive these awful leftovers that can be even moved by the magnets. You know, those things that actually move your details when you swipe on your screen. For this, we can upgrade our fence, allowing us to clean our field of those things. And if you are looking for even greater upgrades, how about increasing the size of our field? Yes, you heard it right. Besides the standard 4x4 grid, you have the option for 3x3, a really big 5x5, and, what was really fun for me, non-square fields. So, I hope this game brings some joy and relaxation into your life. As I said, my goal was to make a game that doesn't cause frustration when you lose. A game that can be played anywhere, on a short bus trip or a long train ride. Get it on Google Play. The game is totally free. My game greets you with a story. If you accidentally skip it, no worries, you can view it using the button in the settings. Here you also find a soundbar, language options and links to my social media. Clicking this silly bug button will take you to a Google form when you can report a bug or share your advice about the game. Now let's dive into the game itself. On your first launch, you will encounter the tutorial. Here I've tried to explain all aspects of the game to you. After completing it, you can start recycling. Even if you played the original 2048 game, this game should feel new. You are still controlling it with swipes, but with a different field size, random garbage generation, and life-saving tools like Workshop, you are never sure when the game will end. And when you run out of possible moves, you will receive coins for what you have earned. As you see, we sell the details that you manage to recycle, and you can see the maximum details that you obtain during this round. For example, here we have a bearing, a thing that helps mechanisms rotate easily. After a few more rounds, you will earn enough money for your first upgrade. You can purchase anything you want. I've tried to minimize the earning curve, but the obvious choice would be the Workshop, as I have given the lowest price at the start. Now, when you play and run out of moves again, you can use this Workshop by clicking on it. As you can see, these new tools are a real game changer, and they can increase your playing time per round. But what if you're playing on a bus and suddenly it's your stop and you have to go? No worries, you can pause and save the game. So when you find some time later, you can simply start from where you stopped. Do you think clicking the save button is too complicated for you? I've got you covered. That's why the game saves automatically every 20 or something steps. So if you accidentally close your perfect match, you can still resume it. Now let's talk about ads. After each round, you may see a basic advertisement. Also, if you want, you can watch a 1-minute ad by clicking this button. In return, you will receive double coins for this round, and I will get some cents. Currently, this game has earned an enormous 30 cents. I think I can even buy a small Brötchen with it. As you play more and more, you will buy more upgrades and have more options during gameplay. If at some point you want to play on a smaller level size, you still can by using this slider. It will appear after your first expansion purchase. So, I hope you will like this game. Don't forget to write a review on Google Play. If you watched this video up to this point, you might be interested in how community work is essential for this project. As an indie solo game developer, there is no corporation sitting above me, and I'm working alone on these projects. There are both positive and negative aspects to it. The good thing is that your comments directly influence my projects. If you have ideas, proposals, or other thoughts, you only need to write them. I read all comments and I am open to new ideas. But the tough part behind solo developing is testing. It's always hard to have a fresh view on your project when you have built everything and made all the decisions yourself. So I really need your help. For this game, I created a Google form. It's anonymous, and here you can share your thoughts, bugs that you find, or other ideas. If you want to hear my response, you can leave a comment on this video or reach me on Twitter. There you can also share some screenshots. And if you know a language beside English, I could really use your help with translation. I myself kind of speak several languages, and that's why I know you need to be really fluent to find the proper words. In short, I've created an instruction so you can help me with translation by downloading files from GitHub. Currently, I've added 45 languages, all standard languages for Google Play plus Georgian. I can easily add more languages, just submit a request using this Google form. And for most curious among you, I've hidden some Easter eggs in my game. Will you find them? Next week I will be sharing a deconstruction styled video since I haven't published any devlogs. In that video I will go through all the decisions I've made, share my mistakes, and offer tips for other beginner developers. After that I will return to a normal schedule. I will try my best to release a video per week. By the way, what do you think? Do you like current schedule, or would you recommend picking up more relaxed? As for my game development plans, I plan to develop another mobile game within several months, and then I want to try VR. Essentially, this is the goal of VR reviews, to analyze common practices in the VR development world. So make sure you are subscribed. If you want, you can also follow me on Twitter. I try to post more updates there. And of course, you can help me with distributing my game. Share it with your friends, write a review on Google Play, and help me improve it. The Polar Citizen out. Stay strong.